All right, if you're a Subaru owner, this one's for you. We're going to talk about that specific and kind of annoying error code that can pop up, P0140. What in the world does it mean? And more importantly, what are you supposed to do about it? Well, we're going to break it all down nice and simple.
Oh, that feeling. You know the one. You're just driving along, minding your own business, and then, there it is, the check engine light. It's that universal moment of pure dread. But hey, that light isn't just there to ruin your day. It's your car trying to talk to you. And today, we're going to learn its language. So, let's treat this like a little mystery. That glowing orange light is our first clue. And the error code it gives us, that's our smoking gun. Time to put on our detective hats and figure out exactly what P0140 is trying to tell us.
Okay, get ready for the official super technical definition. O2 sensor circuit, no activity detected, bank 1, sensor 2. Yeah, I know, it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. But trust me, what it's really saying is a whole lot simpler than it sounds.
So let's break this down. Just imagine there's a tiny inspector living inside your exhaust pipe. That's the O2 sensor. Its entire job is to constantly send reports back to your car's brain, the main computer, telling it how everything's going. The P0140 code is just the computer's way of yelling, hey, my inspector down there has gone completely quiet.
And your car's computer is incredibly picky. It's expecting a constant stream of information from that inspector, kind of like a little heartbeat. If that signal flatlines for, get this, just 0.2 of a second, the computer throws up a red flag. It knows something is definitely wrong.
So how does it know the signal is stuck? Well, it's looking for two specific things. First, it checks the bottom of the signal's range. If the voltage just refuses to drop below 0.15 volts, that's part one of the problem. It's like the inspector's voice is stuck on a high note. And then it checks the top of the range. If the voltage also won't climb any higher than 0.55 volts, the computer knows for sure that the signal is trapped in this tiny, dead zone. It's not moving, it's not fluctuating. And that is what no activity detected really means. The inspector has officially clocked out. Okay, so we know what the clue means. The next logical step in our investigation is to figure out why it's happening. It's time to line up the usual suspects and see who's responsible for this communication breakdown. And here they are, our four main suspects. We're going to look at water getting where it shouldn't, a problem with the wiring itself, some physical damage to the exhaust system, or, well, the sensor itself might just be the culprit. Let's start with suspect number one. And honestly, it's the most common one. Good old water. So simple, yet it can cause so much chaos in a modern car. You see, if water manages to sneak into the sensor's connector, it can easily short the circuit. And boom, that's what causes that flatline signal we were just talking about. The fix? You gotta replace the connector. But here's the thing, you have to do it fast. Any moisture left behind is just asking for corrosion. And that's a whole other can of worms.
All right, so let's say the connector is bone dry. Where does our investigation go next? We follow the trail to suspect number 2, the communication line itself, the wiring harness.
It makes sense, right? A damaged wire between the car's computer and the sensor is like a cut phone line. The message just isn't getting through. Now, you can repair the harness, but listen to this key piece of advice from our source. This is tricky work. It's really best left to a professional. So, if the wiring checks out, we've got to look at the physical environment. We need to inspect the home of our little inspector, the O2 sensor. You know, something as simple as a loose connection or a tiny crack in the exhaust pipe can totally throw off the sensor's readings and trigger that code. So the fix here requires a hands-on inspection of the whole exhaust system to find and replace anything that's loose or damaged. Finally, if we've checked the connectors for water, tested the wiring, and given the exhaust system a good look, we're left with one final suspect. And sometimes the simplest answer is the right one. Look, parts don't last forever. After thousands and thousands of miles, things just wear out. It's very possible the sensor itself is just done. The solution is to replace it. And even though it's not a super expensive part, our source again recommends having a qualified technician do it to make sure it's all installed perfectly. So, we've rounded up all the suspects, we've looked at the evidence. What's our final verdict? What's the most important thing to take away from all this? And this really gets to the heart of it. While we've walked through the 4 likely causes, figuring out which one is the true culprit takes experience and the right tools. This quote from the source material says it all. For a proper fix, a professional inspection is the way to go. And why does this all matter? I mean, it's just a light, right?
No way. That sensor plays a vital role in your car's performance. Fixing the P0140 code isn't just about turning off an annoying light. It's about making sure your vehicle is running as safely and efficiently as it possibly can.
So there you have it. You're no longer in the dark. You understand what the code means and you know the potential causes. You're empowered to have an intelligent conversation with your mechanic and get the problem solved. The mystery of the check engine light is one you can now help solve.